Oh, we are back again. It's been a week, and there's
I'm
only
back
been a lot.
again. I'm
Back
sorry.
again. I think we need to
That
drop
just was in my
music.
spirit.
Let it out. Let it out.
Wow.
That's literally the only part of the song that I know. Okay.
Who sings that? Little
No
Wayne?
clue.
Oh.
No,
I'm
first of all,
back
it sounds like
again.
Soulja Boy.
Yeah. Is it
Oh,
Soulja
it is
Boy?
Soldier Boy.
I'm not saying it is, but you know
I
what?
think
Let's
so.
not talk trash about rappers on here. I was about to say something. I'm about to say something else, but just let it go.
Welcome to our podcast. Hey guys, my name is Olivia Hayward.
What's up? It's your girl, Courage Molina.
Oh, it's Amber Likens, and this is my CEO Squad. Before you leave our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you never miss an upload. In the comments, let us know where you're tuning in from, and we cannot wait to get to know you more. Let's go ahead and start this conversation. Oh gosh, this is going to be so good. I feel so good about today's conversation. One, we all have our mics. Two, we all have our webcams on. Three, we all have our headsets and everything's connected. Except I think Courage took yours off.
I didn't. I got my headphones.
Oh
I just
gosh,
got big hair.
You really do have a lot of hair.
I do. And if I pull it back, then it's like it looks. This is the only way to do it, and not look like I've escaped from something. So this is what it is.
Oh, I like it. Can I tell everybody that last recording that y'all heard was recorded, I think like 10 in the morning, and we all actually got our face on and was looking fabulous. And today, a week later, it's 5 o'clock or 5:30, and we look busted, like we're ready for bed. Actually, we are so cute, natural.
First of all, I don't think we look busted. That's number one. We just look natural.
First of all,
we can't say that our natural face look busted. So
no, I know that's good. Really not nice. Yeah,
when I look at myself like this from the side, I look really good. From right here, first of all, I feel like I got a lot of stuff going on right now. So let's just put these glasses back on.
Okay, what have y'all been doing all week long? Because I haven't talked to y'all in a week. Just kidding.
I was gonna say, what? Somebody else can start, because I feel like I'm not ready for the podcast just yet. So I need y'all to warm me up. Go ahead.
Oh
my gosh, Olivia, what have you been doing?
Not answering our calls.
First of
that is 100%. Can we actually tell everybody?
Not talking in the text group.
Oh,
that's not right. That's not
silence.
Yeah,
I want y'all to, when you hear.
Did you talk to her all day today? Have y'all been talking throughout the day today?
I did actually call Olivia this afternoon, and she did answer. Praise Jesus.
So she did not answer.
And I talked. What? Didn't I answer what?
You didn't answer when we called earlier.
Oh, when y'all was I was on the phone.
Interesting.
But I talked to you yesterday, Courage, for several hours.
Okay. Stop, Cap. She talked to me yesterday briefly.
Stop lying. Stop lying.
She only took my call because I was like, I want to be your friend. That's it.
No,
I need a friend right now. And she was like, fine, I'll throw you a bone.
No, that's not what she said. She said, oh, I got all these ideas. And I'm like, oh yeah, talk to me on Monday. And then she's like, oh, you don't have to do anything. I'm like, okay, let's talk. I'm open ears.
She's like, Sundays are not for ideas. I don't care about your epiphanies. I don't care about your growth. Save it for tomorrow.
Exactly. Save it for Monday. Don't tell me no work I got to do on Sunday.
That is so funny.
I don't like it.
But
don't tell me no work I got to do on the weekend, period. It's my solace.
We're just really gonna
chill.
Leave but I didn't feel like this.
But this week, wow, was my magazine week, so worked on that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you were up late some nights too, because you were like, I didn't go to bed till like 4.
Yeah, that wasn't because of the magazine. That's just because my crappy sleep schedule. Like I have to take, I have to get back on the schedule, so I need to take some type of sleep aid tonight, actually, because last night I stayed up pretty late too, and I was like, "What in the world is going on?" So, yeah, so I need to do something about that. But also this weekend we went out, couples, me and my husband and my friends. We went out to dinner.
Can you name drop? Are you allowed to say their names yet? Did they give you permission?
First of all, I'm not gonna name drop because I'm probably gonna end up saying their name anyways. But number two, I'll be talking about them every week. They don't need it. They don't need their name
Oh
in the
wow!
podcast.
You know what? This
Every
is
week.
this is not a podcast about your Tallahassee friends.
Exactly.
Well, let
So
me
that's
just say
why.
this. When I talked to her and she told me she went out, first of all, I called her. What day was it? That was Friday. I don't know what day it was, but I called
Oh,
her
Friday.
Friday night
Friday.
and it was kind of late, in my opinion. I don't know what I was calling her for. I wasn't calling her for what she thought, but she was all dolled up. She was in the car. She wasn't even home. It was like after 10 o'clock. She was in the streets. And I was like, what you doing? And then she was telling me and about what they did and they went out or whatever and how they met up and all these things with these couples. And I went through this season, very short, praise God, this season where I was experiencing FOMO. And I never experienced FOMO before and I don't like it. I have always prided myself on JOMO. And so, I had this emotional burnout and I'm like healing from that or whatever. But when she said that they went out, I had so much joy in my life, like so much joy. I knew this was going to happen. I don't know where my phone is, guys, and it's ringing.
I do hear it vibrating, and I hear
First
a
of
bag
all,
crackling.
she is always the one that got all the million phone calls.
No,
If
I
it's
can't
not a
hear
phone call, it's an
you.
alarm.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's a lot, guys. What I got going on over here? Oh my Lord. Y'all can hear what's playing in my ears right now.
Yeah, we can.
Can you hear what's going on in my ears?
Kinda.
Yeah, we heard
Oh
something.
my gosh.
Courage, you can't play that on the air. So
It was less than 30 seconds, so it's fine, I guess. It's because I used to keep my focus time on all the time, and then I had these two friends that constantly complained about my focus time being on. And so then I turned it off, and this is why it's always on though. Anyway, so I'm talking to Olivia. She's telling me about her friends and this stuff, and I just was overwhelmed with feelings of thank God I don't have to do that kind of stuff. I was just like, I'm so glad that I don't have to go out with people, couples, and eat out and get dressed up. I'm like, I think I'm returning back to my healthy self. I think JOMO has returned and I'm gonna praise the Lord. I've never not cared any less about her plans with her friend. I was like, girl, just thinking about that, I thought, no, not for me.
First of all, I
Talk
think
about
it's
your friends all you want. It's great. It's
I think it's
wonderful.
very healthy in the season to like go out. Yeah, we went through a whole season where especially I'm sure people can relate. Just going through the pandemic and Courage and Amber, I've learned since I've moved to Tallahassee, we lived a very secluded
I don't know
lifestyle
if I
in
would call it
Charlotte.
secluded. I would call it exclusive.
Yeah,
We lived a
exclusive.
very exclusive
No, no,
dated lifestyle.
no, I
Yes.
would say even secluded because exclusive is that you only allow certain people in, right? And I feel like
Yes.
here that is very similar. We're not going out with new people every week, but it is very exclusive. We have the same friends that we've had forever,
Okay. So that's
but
us
I feel
too.
like
We are
secluded in a
exclusive.
way. No, I think it's secluded in a way that we actually aren't going anywhere. Like we're spending our
We
time at the
went places.
studio and then maybe
We went to
getting lunch
Target.
in
First of all,
Target.
we went to Target several times.
And we went to Starbucks and danced in the drive-through outside of our car. Who else does that? Anybody in
We
Tallahassee?
went to
Absolutely not.
Panera
No.
on a regular basis.
Yeah, that's food.
Okay, that's out, Olivia.
No, that's
For the
not out.
record, you're trying to misrepresent us to the public.
It's not out.
I
That's
will
it.
have to say though, before kids, I would go out like to Charlotte, but I was way younger. And it is really, really fun, but it does make you think sometimes, like if you do have joy to just go like live your best life and you do have JOMO over people going out, I can see that. But I can
Yeah.
also see how some people can have FOMO because you're like, dang, I don't have anybody to go out with. I think it's different if you actually don't have friends and you
Mhm.
don't have an option to go out. But Courage, you do have an option to go out. We
Yeah.
just go, nah, we're not
No.
going to.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of, being a person of both sides, because honestly, I went out on Friday. They also went out on Saturday. I said no. Like, I did not
Yeah.
go anywhere on Saturday. You know what I mean? So it is, I'm not saying that I'm going every single place that, other people go or my friends go or my friends are hanging out, but I do like the option, because this is my big thing, right? I think before in Tallahassee, I'm not in Charlotte, we used to go out, we used to do things. It was great. But me and my husband, we never really had the opportunity to hang out with other couples. And I think this is really great for him. So I really enjoy the fact that we have a place to go together, because previously I would go out with y'all every once in a while. Me and my husband would go out on our own, but it's great to go out with other couples, because number one,
Yeah.
you can see that, ooh, you know, this is how they interact with each other and things of that nature. So I think it's been, that's the part I really like. It's more so I'm used to hanging out with them, so it's cool, whatever, it's fun. But I do like now that, every so often we can go out, hang out as couples, you know, and it's a really fun time. So we just, most of the time we're laughing about every other time we hung out. So it's always a fun time.
Yeah, I do love that Greg is actually enjoying the guys. I think that
Mm-hmm.
is so important for men to have a group that they
Yeah.
can chill with, even without the wives. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of men, obviously, we've had these conversations a lot. Like, we would have events at the house, and I'm like, yeah, is Greg or is Mike coming? I don't know if I should be saying your husband's name on the, did he give us permission to say his
Oh
actual name?
my. That's well, how will he know? He's never gonna know. He's
He's
never
never
gonna
gonna know.
know.
And I'll be like, "Are they coming?" And y'all are like, "No, they're not coming." Like, so, like, they just didn't want to ever, like, But so I think that it's really cool that Greg has like
Which
a
is
group
funny
of
because
guys.
when forced together, so I could definitely see the benefit of that. I mean, that's great for y'all as a couple, and it's great for Greg just as it's his own person,
Mm-hmm.
because although they have always been resistant, mine and yours, when they
Mm-hmm.
do get together, it's like, but you enjoyed that. You see how, and it's like,
Exactly.
you see how you enjoyed that? You see how that was a good time? They're like, no, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to make me. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
So like now there's more chances, I guess, we kind of force him to go, but maybe it'll take hold of him and he will continue to say that he enjoys it even post the event. You know what I'm saying? And he'll lean into it more. I do think that's great. I also think it's great for married people or couples, just in general, to be around other people, because there are some things that our husbands think, well, this is your problem. You do this thing and you got to stop doing this. This is you, my wife. And I'm like, no, this is actually how we all do it. It's a woman, like, this is how conversation works. That's our constant thing, right? Don't interrupt
Mm-hmm.
me. I'm not interrupting you. We are just talking. What are you talking about, sir? But when other couples are around and you can point out, like, do you see how Olivia just air quotes interrupted Greg? Looks like regular conversation to me, right? And so it's like, you can see that you're not the only one dealing with these small annoyances, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
No,
great too.
no, I definitely agree with that. Because, yeah, you can see how other couples interact with each other, talk to each other, and you can feel like, oh, okay, so I'm not the only, my wife isn't the only one that does this. So I think it's really good. And I think it's good just to have that, time and space to not only bond with each other, but, bond with other people and get to know other people and just have a good time. And especially, I think for us, since my husband, he works from home, he doesn't interact with people on an everyday basis. He's not going out to the workplace. So he literally sees only me, for the most part these
Yeah.
days. So I think it's great to like get out and, just see other people and be able to hang out with other people. So I think that's a part of it. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't really want to go. I don't really,
Yeah.
I'm still getting my body and my mind used to going out, because even on Friday, legit, you guys think, oh yeah, Olivia likes to go out, but I mean, y'all really did a number on me, because I did used to like to go out, but y'all too sucked me into this homebody life. But because even on Friday when we decided to go out, they came and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go out tonight." I'm like, "Tonight? Like this is short notice. I need advance notice." Is what I was thinking in my mind. Like, I need some more advance notice than
Wow.
12 o'clock. We going out tonight at 5:30. I'm like, this
Yeah,
is too much.
it's a mental thing, right? Because you have to know, like, physically I have to keep up, but mentally I have to prepare myself to keep up. While
Yeah.
y'all were talking about this, it really hit me that you were talking about how if you and Mike are sitting there or whatever, and you're like, see how Olivia just did that with Greg? That's normal. I love that the husbands and also the wives can see other couples interact, because sometimes you're so annoyed with your spouse that you're like, I literally cannot stand you right now. But then but listen, you see other couples and you're like, oh gosh, I'm so grateful for you. Because there are so many husbands when we would go out with people or whatever, like super random for like a special occasion, the other husbands, I would hear them talking to the other men, and they would be like, I don't do this, or this is what I do, or I'm constantly going on like a hunting trip. They would like just be saying random stuff. They don't pick up the kids from school or whatever. I mean, there was no like give and take. It was just a constant. The woman will figure it out.
Yeah.
And I would always look at Alan because I'm constantly like nagging. Sometimes I used to do that more than ever. And I would be like, oh gosh. I'd be like, you know what? Alan does not do that to me. You know what he does? He picks up the kids if I ask him to. Oh, you know what? He cooks me dinner. Like, and I just think sometimes we are so ungrateful little brats. I'm speaking to
Yes.
myself, that we have to
Yes.
realize what we actually do have and just be aware of that. So hanging out with other couples is actually a bonus to your relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I do think that it's very easy for us to feel like spoiled. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Or it could be damaging. You could be like, you see, you are freaking annoying. Do you see that other man over there? No, I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Okay,
So
well,
what
what'd
you
you
do
do,
this weekend?
Courage?
I was gonna say you.
Oh, me? Okay.
What did you do this weekend? Go ahead, you go.
Oh my gosh. Well, the kids, Maddox had a fever last week. Like one day it spiked and then he was in the clear. I mean, he got over it really, really quick. Because we take more like natural things, and silver is new to us, and we've been like taking shots of silver, which sounds very funny when you say that. But I swear that stuff works, man. That is a wonderful thing. And then Cruz spiked, and then yeah, but then his kind of didn't go away in 24 hours, and so had to keep him out of school or whatever. So, anyways, we were out of school a lot, and then we were also out of school for a storm that was coming to North Carolina, which I always get confused. It was a hurricane, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
By the time it got to y'all, it's probably a tropical depression or
Yeah,
tropical
depression.
storm.
yeah. And so I enjoy so much to sit on the couch in my bathrobe after a good shower and watch movies. Half of the time the kids are watching a movie that I don't care about, so I'm scrolling on my cell phone, but we still have time together.
Yeah.
But we actually watched, you're going to be very interested to hear this, Courage. We watched a movie that just came out on, we do not get sponsored for this, off of Disney Plus.
What was it?
And
Was it
it
Goonies?
was, nope, Hocus Pocus 2.
Oh wow.
Oh.
I am very surprised. I do love Hocus Pocus. I haven't watched
Yeah.
2 yet. I'll be watching it this weekend. Yes.
It was, I had to, Cruz and I watched it by ourselves during the day. And then today we watched it early in the morning, me, Maddox, and Cruz again. Maddox was bored, but we could not watch it at night because I just knew they would flip out, right? But I had to say, like, this is not real. This is all pretend and all the stuff, because it can actually be very creepy. The things that they're saying, I'm like, this is actually super creepy. And there's a part in there that I think is very disturbing.
Are you about to tell me about it? Because I haven't seen it.
No, you saw this in the first one too. But they like
Okay.
take the rope and they show a clip of the first, like how they have a rope around all the
Oh,
sisters'
yeah.
necks.
Yes.
I'm like, do you know how actually that can mess up a child's brain? Like, that is a lot. It's a lot for me. That's all I can think about right now is, oh my gosh, that is so sad.
No, it's
But
definitely
Did you
not.
cover your kids' eyes?
No, I was just like, this is not real. It's not real. But you know what? It
She was
made me
mostly
think
saying
about.
that for herself, actually. She
Yeah, I was
wasn't
like,
even
this is
saying it for
not.
the kids.
It made me think about when I was a kid and the movies that my parents allowed me to watch. I never thought about them like, oh, I can go do this or creepy. I was just like, this is dumb or it's not real or maybe this is reality. It does happen to people, right? You know what I mean? But I didn't take it like to a deep dark side. I just kind of, kind of glanced over it.
First of all,
But that's a lot.
I loved Freddie. I'm about to see what year it came out because I watched that and I wonder
Oh,
how old I
scary.
was. Was it? No.
Yes, yes. Listen, my dad had the glove, the Freddy glove, on top of
Freddy
their like
Oh
who?
yeah.
deep Freddy
Freddy
Krueger.
Krueger, A
Oh
Nightmare on
no, he
Elm
was
Street,
scared.
girl.
Oh, it was scary.
Oh, I
Oh my
watched
gosh, so
it.
scary. He thought it
Yeah.
was so funny. He had the glove like on top of their armoire, which is not romantic. Ooh, why do you even have it there? And I'm like, what is happening? Like that. No, I can't do that.
Friday the
Mm-mm.
13th, or maybe it was Friday the 13th. First of all, whenever I watched it, I was definitely in elementary school and I
Oh,
liked it. Okay. Because I thought that he was very funny. Because like before he would kill people, he would like have these one-liners and it was hilarious to me. He's just was crazy. So he was like, that was like the first horror movie that I was like, oh my God, like I wasn't scared of it. But you know what scared the bejesus out of me? And I
what?
probably to this day, it scares me. Birds.
Birds.
Birds. Did you
Oh, is
see
that with
Alfred Hitchcock
Sandra?
Birds? It's Alfred Hitchcock's
Oh,
Birds. It is so old. When you watch it now, it's like you can tell the birds are just disappearing into the water line. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have the same sense. But it was like all these birds everywhere, and they were like killing people, and they were getting in the windows and pecking at the windows, and they were like everywhere just attacking people. Now you know why I ain't like that because birds can attack you. Freddy, that's not real. This man who's dead or half dead or whatever he is, he's not coming to you in your dreams killing you. That is fake. A bird
Oh.
attack, that happens every day, I bet.
Well, birds attack themselves in the daggone windows, poor things. They just run right
Okay.
into them and die.
So that right there, no, that is so scary. Not this. This is not real. This isn't ain't nobody coming in no drink. Like, stop. These birds, girl, you could die on the way to the car. You see these geese out here? Geese
Geese are
Mageddon.
sweet.
They're not, they
So
have teeth. Have you
sweet.
seen their and oh
Oh
no,
my
pass.
gosh. What is the movie Fly Away Home? And it's the girl teaches the geese how to fly how to fly south.
yeah, I never
No.
watched that.
Oh my gosh, it is I cried. I love it. It's
I
so
remember you told me
good.
about it, but I never watched it.
Oh, it's a great one, guys. Okay, I
It's
have
like,
to ask this
geese are so
because
nice. And they got their teeth line their beaks and they will attack you.
well, they look nice. I've
Yeah.
never had an encounter with one. But I really
Yeah.
need to ask y'all this because this is kind of disturbing to me. I don't know if disturbing is the right word. But right now it is October. So October,
Yes.
November, December, right? We go through these things. I got 2 questions for y'all. And I'm actually wondering whoever's tuning in too, you got to let us know this. What's our email, guys? Anyways, y'all can drop that later.
Yeah,
But
just look at the description.
I'm
You're
just
doing
messing.
too much.
Doing the most. Okay, 2 questions. 1, do you say happy holidays? Don't answer yet. Or do you say Merry Christmas? 2, when people are like, what is your favorite holiday? Or what is your favorite season? That's really what they hear. What is your favorite season? Like that's all over line, like I'm reading or seeing. And people are like, I love Halloween. I just love it. It's so fun. I'm like, ugh. And then they're like, I love Thanksgiving. I love Christmas. And I'm like, yes, that is the joy. Halloween, I don't decorate for it. I put a pumpkin out. That is it. I've never trick or treated as a child. What is y'all's
Really?
take on? No, I did at church, right? Trunk or treat, right? But I never went to a
Gotcha.
neighborhood. Not because I couldn't. It's just we always did stuff at church. But I took my kids trick or treating because I wanted them to have that experience. It was the worst experience. We did it 2 years in a row. It was terrible. So
Really?
terrifying. Yes. Couldn't
She
stand it.
said terrifying.
It was so terrifying. I could not. So tell me, do you say happy holidays or do you say Merry Christmas? And then why? And then when you like hear like what's your favorite season, does Halloween really make that your favorite? I just don't get it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
First of all, it depends on what I'm doing as far as like when if I say happy holidays or Merry Christmas. Starting Thanksgiving, I will probably start saying like happy holidays, right? Because I'm talking about like the whole holiday season. But once it gets to Christmas, most of the time I'll say like Merry Christmas. So I do use both of those. It just depends on the setting. If I'm sending like a card or I'm sending an email or something like that, I might say if it's in the beginning, still in November, I might say happy holidays because I meant like the whole holiday season, which is typically to me Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, right? So if I'm trying to say all of them, I'll say that. But I do say Merry Christmas as well. So that's that part. Halloween, no, I do not say Halloween is my favorite season or any of that. I did go trick or treating maybe a couple times when I was a kid. We mostly went to the mall. We mostly did trunk or treats as well. We kind of had like a little bit of everything, but we didn't. It wasn't like a whole ordeal where it like if we had costumes, it's ones that we made. Most of the time, we did not have costumes, just because it wasn't a thing, right? But I know there are some people who I'm meeting here in the past couple of years. I'm meeting so many people that are like, "Oh my gosh, I love Halloween, spooky season. That's all a thing." Like, you guys know I'm a jewelry maker, and right now all the jewelry makers are making like spooky earrings. It's just not my thing. I look at them and I'm like, "Oh, that's cute," but I probably will never make any spooky earrings because it's just not my thing. But I think people, I know a lot of people are born, like my sister-in-law, she's born on Halloween, so it makes a big deal for her. But all of that other stuff, I don't know about it. And then, was that your last question? I think
Yeah,
that's
and
everything.
then you had a couple clients like for several years. Like you had this shape that you made and it was like a coffin.
Hmm.
And you had a couple women go nuts over that. They're like
Nuts.
Yeah,
coffin
That's
earrings. And
all
I'm
they
like,
wanted.
what is
yeah,
happening? I mean, I get it if you love it, but they're like people probably think that about blush pink. They're like, you're obsessed.
yeah,
Yeah,
So I
I
mean,
think
exactly.
that.
I
I
get
think
it.
that. I think
Yeah.
that you're obsessed.
Yeah. I mean, I know. Y'all totally do, and it's fine. So I don't want to come down on anybody. I don't like something scary. It's just not my take. So I just wondered for you guys.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I will say this last thing before Courage goes. When I went, this is the first year I feel like when I had went into Joann's, and I will say they had so many cute Halloween decor. Like they had these cute mugs, and I think because I like black so much, and that's the first time I feel like in the last couple of years they've really been making Halloween like super black and more elegant looking. So I think people are gravitating to that. I've definitely seen a few vlogs and Instagram. People are really decorating their house where it's like this moody black and golds and ambers and all those colors. I feel like I can get into that if I was to decorate, because I feel like that's super cool. But that's I think the Halloween decorations and things like that have certainly elevated in the last couple of years
Yeah.
over what I used to see when I was younger. It was just like just weird stuff.
Yeah. Like gory, right? And now it's kind of
Yeah,
like fluff and like, yeah.
yeah,
And be,
yeah.
yeah. All right.
I say
Courage is
both.
probably gonna be like, I love Halloween. I'm just kidding.
Yes, I love no, I say both. I say happy holidays and Merry Christmas. I'll just say whatever I want to say. I know people feel a way about Merry Christmas. I don't care. You don't have to say it. I will say it. Even if you don't like Christmas or Christ, like I don't care. I'm just gonna say whatever I want to say. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not
Yeah.
is people get a grip. Just because I say Merry Christmas isn't gonna make you a Christian. Don't worry. Do you know what I mean? I think like that is the whole thing. People are saying
Yeah.
like, oh, say happy holidays because it's not, because it's less offensive. If somebody says to me, and someone has said to me, by the way, happy Hanukkah, I just kind of smile and go, oh, right? Like, because I get what they're saying. If I say Merry Christmas and they're like, nope, happy Hanukkah, I'm like, okay, well, happy Hanukkah then. Right? Like, it's not, it's, I'm not
Yeah.
offended if you say happy Hanukkah to me. What I understand you're saying is that you don't celebrate Christmas, and that's okay. If you say happy Hanukkah to me and I don't celebrate Hanukkah, I do not feel offended. I don't feel like you have crushed my soul.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that big a deal. Like, you said it to me, okay, cool. Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
fine. Um, as far as Halloween's concerned, I mean, my kids are adults, but when they were younger, we did Halloween costumes with them. We did trick or treating. We did trick or treating every year. We gave out trick or treating candies to the neighborhood. We did that. But we are also people who, I just think that sometimes people have very strong feelings about things, and I don't have strong feelings about a ton of things, right? I feel like if you enjoy it and that's what you're doing, then that is fine with me. I don't like gory stuff. My kids never had like, they were always like a character or something like that. We didn't really do anything scary. We did do vampires one year. Shout out to Twilight. Like, that was a whole craze. So we definitely did that. But even that wasn't like super gory. We didn't have like real blood or anything. You know what I mean? Like, it just, so it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Probably because I did not grow up celebrating it at that level. But I think just like with everything else, it's like, I'm not trying to be deep here. I'm just trying to answer the question. I think like with everything else, we are just getting so extreme with things.
Mm,
Like, people are doing things now for like shock, or people want to be very anti something. They want to be so against wholesome that they
yeah.
prefer the gore. And I think that is just something that society is really seeing right now. I don't, it's the same thing like with sex and violence on TV. Is some stuff like, you did not need to have that sex scene, and that sex scene didn't need to be like that in this show. It was just like
Yeah.
overkill, or you didn't need to use that strong language or so much strong language. I saw a movie, it was actually Tyler Perry's movie, the last
Mm,
one, and I was shocked by how much cursing and inappropriate
mm,
things were in it. And I'm not one of those Christians that feels like you cannot talk about the LGBTQIA community, or you can't, I just want to make sure I get these letters right. Like, or you, I don't want, I'm not a person who's like, oh, I don't want to see gay people on TV. I don't feel that way. But I still felt like there were just things that he included in the movie that just kind of crossed the line from what we
yeah.
expect from his movies. And like, even the jokes were more crass and the language was more crass. And I'm like,
Mm,
why is he doing that? But everybody is, it seems like, just pushing the envelope. I want to be more shocking. I want to be more appalling. I want to be more
yeah.
like that. And so that's what I think is happening. So I'm so glad that I don't have young children, because when I took my kids out trick or treating, we did not see a ton of people out in the street with like
Yeah.
gore, because this is where children are. So if you want to
Yeah.
be gory, then you can go to an adult or teen Halloween party, not out
Right.
here Halloween trick or treating in the neighborhood because I got a 5 year old. Now my 5 year old is traumatized. Like, I didn't have
Right.
that when my kids were younger, so I would definitely probably be super annoyed.
That's
Um,
why I think whenever I took the kids, some of the houses were like regular. They were literally like just how we're dressed today. But
yeah,
then some of them were fun and enjoyable, like, oh, that's sweet. And then some were like creepy music and ha ha ha. You know what I mean? And I'm like, it's just yeah, I think there's just a level of it, right?
yeah,
And I didn't like it was all over the board. And I was like, this is probably why I just never did it. And I was never interested as a kid either. Um, it never really excited me. I was like, I'm gonna go to different people's house and then get candy for what? I was like, that seems very odd to me. I I do not need candy from your house. That's very weird. Um, yeah, but you know what? I think you're so on it about people just pushing the envelope even more when it's really not necessary. And it just, yeah, it just kind of puts like a ugh, taste in your mouth. But you know what? I'm with you too. People can do what they want to do. We cannot control everybody. You know what? We stand for what we stand for. We have our beliefs and what we believe in. And just like nobody can persuade us to think differently, like we're not out here just going to be angry at them for not believing in how we believe, right? So do as you want. And so that's kind of, I don't know if that's the best attitude to have, but I'm just like, you
oh,
can't sweat it. Do you know what I'm saying? And
yeah. I think it's a good idea. Like, I'm always about creating something for what you like. Like, I'm not a huge fan of saying like, oh, I don't want people to do this, even if I don't agree with it. I just feel like,
Yeah.
okay, well, if I'm taking my kids out trick or treating and I see all this nonsense, then maybe, me and my friends can have a Halloween party at the house, and everybody's going to bring their
Yeah.
kids, and we're all going to have appropriate, level costumes, and they're going to get candy and treats, and we'll have chili and stuff like that. I'm all about that, instead of telling somebody else what to do.
Yeah.
Because we've just gotten to a place where people don't like, I just feel like people feel like they don't owe kindness or like consideration. They feel like being considerate to you is like imposing on their rights, and everybody wants the right
Yeah.
to be like loud and so I'm like, you know what, it's cool, because I'm probably going to do my own thing anyway. I'm all about creating my own spaces and my own experiences, so then I can have what I like.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm for it. I love it. It made me actually think, and I'm like, I think I should have a Halloween party here for the kids. We got lots of doors in this house. We could come up with our own theme.
We started doing that. Now, we were in a neighborhood that had a lot of kids, like young kids, so we were fine. But as they got older, we started doing that. Like, nope, we're just gonna have something at the house, and we had cookies and all kinds of junk, and we let their friends come, and we had chili and cornbread and potatoes. If y'all do that
Mm,
at the Likens house, I might be trick or
join.
treating. I might be for
We'll be
today's
like,
trick or treating.
ooh, here's our guest trick or treating.
Yes. I might,
I love
I
it.
might come out there and trick or treat. Okay. If that's
I
what y'all
love
are
it.
doing. But yeah,
Okay, well, listen, what'd you do this weekend? Because I saw your stories and I saw your reels, all the things. So you were obviously living your best. So
I
tell us
was
what
living my
happened.
best life. I was just sitting here thinking, like, what actually did I do this weekend? So Friday, that was the storm, right? I think Friday was the storm that was
Yeah.
supposed to hit. Well, it already hit Florida, and I'm from Florida. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually from a small town called New Smyrna Beach. What's up, Demerna 386-904? Okay, yeah, right. That's where that's where I grew up, in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. And the Ian hit Central Florida and that area, and my family was hit hard. There was a ton of flooding. My grandmother's home, my cousin who lives across the street, my 90-year-old grandmother had,
Mm,
ankle deep water inside her house coming into her home. I think it was like thigh deep, waist deep out in the streets or whatever. So she couldn't really get out. I mean, she's fine. Someone went and basically rescued them. Not rescue services, by the way, but somebody went with a big
yeah.
truck and rescued them. My cousin who lives across the street from her, him and his family ended up with 13 inches of water in their house, inside the home, 13
Wow.
inches of water in their house.
Wow.
My uncle, like just a lot of people that I'm actually related to, experience a lot of flooding. And so that's mostly what I was doing on Friday, like talking to everybody, hearing what happened, and alligator here and this and damage to the, like just all
Oh
kinds
my
of
goodness.
crazy stuff that you just could not believe. I couldn't believe there was so much water. I lived there my whole life, and we have, been through a lot of hurricanes in my life in that town. I've never in my life seen that kind of water. So
Wow.
Friday I was just talking to everybody. And that just kind of made me a little bit more concerned about here in Charlotte, because it was like, I've never seen that in New Smyrna. Well, I've also never seen anything like that in Charlotte. So I'm like, well, maybe something could crazy might happen, because I'm looking at these pictures with all this water, and I, like, of over a foot of water on the inside of your house.
Yeah,
Like,
but they're also right at the beach line, right? Like
yeah,
if
they are.
nobody knows where that is,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's
Oh,
literally the
there's no
beach.
beach apparently. Like, there is no beach. The beach is
Oh
gone. They're
man.
gonna have to bring sand out, like bring in sand, because the beach is gone. I haven't seen pictures of it, but my family was telling me about it. And so, like, yeah, that is bananas.
That's crazy. I heard that the water during those storms, it goes all the way out, right? Like it just goes all the way. What do you call that? Not high tide, low tide. Like it pushes all the way back in,
Yeah,
right? And then when the storm hits, it comes on land. That's why it comes up so strong. Did y'all hear
I
that?
have I have no
That's
idea.
Yeah, I
But
have
I
no
know that it was
idea.
a slow moving storm, so that was another thing too. It just kind of
Yeah.
lingered. And so even though maybe the winds died down some, it just did not move fast, so it was still raining. They had they were standing in water and the rain didn't stop, right? So that was a
Hmm.
lot, but everybody's fine. They're getting back to getting things cleaned and all of that. I mean, it'll be some time before houses are repaired and businesses are repaired, but they are in great spirits. My grandmother
Is the
moved in with
water
my
out of
mother.
the house?
Yeah, the water's out of the house. It's receded from the land and stuff. They're out there like
Okay.
actually doing cleanup. Yeah. Well, in the area where my family is. Let me not speak for
Okay.
because it's not the same everywhere.
Okay.
So where my family is, yeah. So that's kind of what I was doing on Friday, like talking and kind of preparing, charging my stuff. The lights did go out here. I took a good old fashioned nap when as soon as the lights went out. I was like, oh, I grew up in the time where when it stormed, then that's what you do. You lay down. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Lay
Yeah.
down somewhere. Lay down. And so that's what I
Mm-hmm.
did. It started storming. I was like, okay, well, let me lay down somewhere. And me and Mike and the dogs, we took a nap. And Saturday was church. I feel like I don't know what I did Saturday. I don't know if I went anywhere. I
You
think I
and Mike
didn't.
went somewhere? Yes, y'all
Well, we went somewhere
did.
yesterday. We went somewhere Sunday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I don't think I went anywhere Saturday. I think I was just home Saturday again because we had snacks and stuff. So I think I was home all day Saturday after church. But Sunday's our day that we typically sleep in. And even if we're awake, like I don't really start moving. I don't necessarily get up and get dressed. I just don't believe in it anymore. I've adopted the Olivia Hayward Sunday routine where you literally try all that you can to stay in bed. But when I got up, by the time I was starting to get hungry, I was like, dang, I want to go to this restaurant that we went to at the retreat. Like, and so
Yeah.
but you know how he is. Girl, I looked at that thing. It was an hour. No, it was a 128-minute wait. That's a 2-hour wait.
Wow.
So I put my name
So
on the wait list.
okay.
I put my name on the wait list and I was like, well, because he was still asleep.
Mm.
And I was like, well, we'll just see. Maybe he'll get up and he'll want to go. And our name's already on the wait list. And he did. So we went there. He's never been there before. It was delicious. We had so much fun. We laughed. We hung out. We went to the bookstore afterwards, which is like not his favorite place to go. It was very exciting for me to go. It was like a day date, and we had some rules that I'll share with you guys. I thought it was great. We've been married for 21 years, and I don't know about anybody else, but when we go out, we are not dating. Even if it's a date, it's not really a date. We are just talking about whatever, or we're not talking about whatever. It's just like we went out to eat. It's
Yeah.
not like when you dated a person. And that is just not fun. Like sometimes you just got to be really intentional about like, you know what? This is a rule. Let's try this. And so when we left the house, I was like, the rule is because we were talking about stuff just like we do normally, even though we were both dressed and getting ready to go out. I'm like, we're not going to do any complaining about anything in our life. We're not going to talk about kids. We're not, because our kids are young adults. So that's low key complaining, real talk. If we talk about what they're doing and what they ain't doing, what they need to do, what they said, what they didn't say, who lied, who showed it. Like we don't need to talk about our children, and we don't need to talk about like repairs, like, oh, this needs to be fixed or we need to get this. Like none of that. I'm like, the only thing we're going to talk about, hopes, dreams, desires, our future. It was the most fun time because we
Aww.
don't have a lot of those conversations. You know, you're just married, you're talking about, okay, take the dogs out, the dog need food, and can we do this?
Yeah.
And this is what we're gonna do. Like you just don't, I don't anyway, like regularly like share, this is what I would love to do, or this is what I'm looking forward to, or our wins.
Yeah.
So it was so nice to do that. It felt really great. And so we did that and we came home and we did what we do best. We took a nap. You know what I'm saying?
After a full stomach from that good old restaurant.
We took a nap, which meant I was up late last night. I need to get back on my sleep cycle as well.
By
Doing
the way, did you eat
reels, doing
ham?
research. I did not.
Okay.
I
Was
did
it
have that
ham?
when I went there. That was pork belly. Mike had that. That was his.
Oh, I was wondering what it was. I was like, now I have to ask her if she ate this.
No, I did not eat that. The last time I was there, I did have meat and my taste buds loved it, but my body did not. And
Yeah.
I was going there. I was like, you know what? I decided that it's not about, I'm not doing like, I didn't tell y'all this, but I'm going to tell y'all, make this public announcement. Is this thing
Let's do
on?
it.
Let me tell y'all right now. Okay. I do not care about my weight. I don't care how much I weigh. I'm done with that. I literally do not care. Do you know what I care about? I care about how I feel, and I care about how I look. Now, I look good at 225 pounds, which is what I think I weigh. I'm so fine. Like, girl, goodbye. I want to make sure that I wear the things that I feel good in, wear things that I feel like flatter me. I want to do that. And I want to feel good, which means I'm going to eat the things that allow my body to feel good. And that it's just not that ham like that. Like, no, I was like, I will not be eating that because I will not feel great afterwards. And so I didn't have it. Yeah. And so I just feel so much freer not thinking about like, am I vegan? Am I this? I'm not eating nothing where I'm not going to feel great. Like
because you've been a
physically great about it.
flexitarian.
Yeah. And I
if
still
y'all didn't
am.
know. Yeah,
I'm a
still flex.
flexitarian.
But I think that's something that really needs to be talked more about. It's not really about, I mean, I guess some women are caught up on like, I want to work out. Obviously, us three do not go to the gym like that, but nothing against the gym. I think it's wonderful to work out, and Courage obviously does too. And Olivia, we did it hardcore in 2020. I mean, I think like that, but like, yeah, you have to feel good. Like if you get up and you actually feel very like low energy and your body aches and hurts, obviously it's something you're eating. There's a lot of inflammation there, or there's extra something going on that your gut's not sitting right. I think that's smart. Eat what makes you feel good. What you eat is what you are.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. That's good.
I feel
I
really
love
good.
that.
So that's what we did.
First of all, I'm really glad you dated your husband. That's so fun.
It's really nice. It really was. I actually got like a lot of times we go out to eat, we're just going out to eat. First of all, we are basically empty nesters. So we're not doing a bunch of grocery store runs and like that. So we will go out to eat kind of regular, right? That's a regular thing. But we will also go out looking like we don't have homes. We will also go out looking like, and we will go and sit down. We will go into Longhorn with him having his slacks on, his shirt is. I'm like, I do not care what these people think. Like, child, we about to go get something to eat. We do not have time to be doing all that. And we will just literally go wherever we want. And we will just sit in the restaurant and eat. And we are not concerned about how we look. That's great. But then we miss the opportunity to like dress up or like turn each other's heads. So like I came downstairs in a very comfortable outfit. It's very casual, but so stinking cute. I didn't wear makeup, but like my hair was like I was just cute and natural, but I looked like I got dressed with intention. And he was like, I was like, okay. He said, you see me. You know what I mean? Like you could see and appreciate the effort. He could smell that I had on perfume and not just like lotion. And so then he was like, oh, let me put some cologne on. You're not about to be out. I was like, okay. I was like, it was really nice. It really was good.
Oh, y'all needed that. That's really cool.
Yes.
I love
21 years together. And I'm not saying that like it's not our anniversary, but like, yes, it's very easy to just get in a routine, especially because as Olivia has pointed out, we are very like we live a very secluded life, my husband and I. So it's
by
very
choice.
easy. By choice, yes.
Yeah.
It is by choice. We live a very secluded life. And so it's very easy to kind of just fall into the routine of takeout. I'm about to text him right now and see what he wants.
It's about dinner time. What are we having? Yeah.
What would you like for dinner, babe?
Speaking of what we're eating, I texted both of y'all today and I was like, are y'all down for a cleanse? So Alan and I have both said he has never been into a cleanse, but he's down for it. So really? I was texting, yeah, he's cool with it, but he went to Clean Juice in one of the towns next to us and they were completely sold out. But of course it's like late afternoon. They're not going to
yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, so you have to obviously, I was like, you have to really, if you do want enough, you have to order it and then go get it the following day or whatever. Tell them what time you want to pick it up. So him and I are going to do that. And I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, because he was like, this is what would be frustrating. He's like, if I come home and you're eating dinner, but then I can't or whatever, like we have to do it at the same time or vice versa. Like that's annoying. And then we can like figure out what the kids are going to eat, but we can just do our juice, you know?
Yeah.
But
how many days are you going to do?
Well, I told him that it might be best to just commit to 2 at first because just to really see how your body takes. And
2 full days?
I literally love the clean juice, right? I think it's really yummy, but I don't know how he would do for that long together. I mean, not together, but like
Alan's
doing
going to do
that.
2 full days?
That's what we've said, but also clean juice does, you can do 2, like,
Juice till
full
dinner.
juice, or you can do juice till dinner, and I think we're gonna do juice till dinner because he was like, "I wanna have a meat or something in the evening," and I was like, "I can have a salad, something to
Which is,
chew."
first of all, the fact that he's going to have a meat is like
Yeah,
different.
is not it's like yeah. So we're just figuring this out, but the whole thing is just, like, to really
Alan
clean
can't go
out.
without me. First of all, I wasn't going to suggest that he. Oh my gosh. You know what? I am going to come for Alan because he did not have faith in me. So, boom, gloves off. I think that
Yeah.
it is insane. I thought to myself, well, he probably needs to actually eat. Just because of the type of work that he does and the length of his day. So I think unless it's the weekend, he probably does need to eat something in the evening. I certainly did not think meat. Tell
That's
Alan
what he said.
Tell Alan to get his weight up. He do not have to eat meat for 2 nights. Like, get a grip. Have a salad. He will live.
Yeah.
Choose salad or rice or beans.
Yeah, I think that he just needs to get, like, something to chew. I think he was, like, using that as, like, I just need food.
No, he meant meat. Stop.
I know. I know. I take it literally. I'm like, okay, you're trying to make a steak tonight. I see. We're trying to clean our body.
Yeah, because I think this is the thing about a cleanse, and so why it would be good for him to eat like vegetables or a salad is because the cleanse is so that your body has the opportunity to not work so hard to break down that meat. And so if he's going to eat meat, it's really going to it's great that he's going to have the juice, and I'm not saying it's going to be a negative effect, but it would be a better effect if he just did vegetables and
more
fruit.
benefit.
It would be more beneficial at that evening, just for the 2 days, and then he can go back to meat, because then he's actually going to give his body an opportunity to rest and reset and not have to process that heavy meat. So
and I don't know if people know this, but one of the great things about doing a liquid cleanse is that the way that your body works is that it does what's the loudest. It does the loudest thing first. And so for your body, that is digesting food. So your body only has so much energy. So the first thing it's going to do is it's digesting food. And when it is not digesting food, then it has time to actually heal, right? Yeah. So your body's not doing it all at the same time. If your body is struggling to not struggling, but if your body is expending energy on food digestion and that kind of thing and getting rid of that, then it's spending less time healing, which is why so many people are talking about intermittent fasting and things like that. But just like regular cell regeneration and like healing and processing, that doesn't happen when we are always feeding our face. The juicing is also great because, nutrients come in. Nutrients are absorbed by order of importance, right? By the organ that's most important. And so there are lots of organs that you have that are not as important as things like your brain and your heart and your lungs. And so when you don't have nutrient dense foods, then there are other things on that totem pole that just they get no nutrients, right? Your skin, your eyes, your teeth, your nails, your hair, like all of those things, those are last in the totem pole. It's why when you see someone who is doing a juice cleanse or they're plant-based and they're getting like in all these complex and diverse nutrients, that you're like, oh my gosh, her hair looks so great, or the skin is so wonderful, or they've got all this energy, or their eyes are so white, or all of those things, or their bodies recover faster. Their bodies recover faster because not only do they have additional nutrients, but their body is not working as hard to digest food that wasn't necessarily meant for the human body. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, I'm over here laughing because I literally, as you're saying all this, I'm just processing that he's like, yeah, I'm going to do this cleanse. I'm going to eat some meat at night.
I'm going to do the cleanse and then I'm going to have a steak.
Yeah, that's not a cleanse.
And a side
it's
of
not. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a real conversation. But he also brought up the fact we're gonna be at the racetrack tomorrow night, so it's probably not a good idea to start it while we're at the track. And he's like, because it also, if you're not taking in a lot of calories, you're probably going to be exhausted too, right? Like your body
and extremely irritable.
Yeah. So I'm like, probably not.
That's the
tomorrow.
first system. That's the first symptom of withdrawal from like sugar and junk is headaches and irritability. That is not what you want in a situation where it's already like you still like, okay, I'm already aggravated. I got all this stuff, I got all these kids, I got all these things to do, and I haven't etten. No, that's not safe for the children at the track.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna go buy it because it lasts for a few days. But honestly, I do need to lose pounds because of how it makes my body feel. But obviously, that's not what Clean Juice is marketing, because they're just like, we're not tracking how much weight you're going to lose. We're talking about how your body's going to be healed from a good cleanse. So I feel like I just want to do like buy 2 days, see how I feel, and go get 2 more days. Don't y'all feel like that? Instead of being like, I'm doing 5 days. I just feel like mentally that's if you shut down because you're already overwhelmed, right? What do y'all think?
I think it takes a couple days for you to. I think if you only do 2 days, then you won't do the 3rd day.
Oh, really?
That's what I think.
Oh, so maybe buy 3 up front.
Because those first 2 days suck.
Yeah.
There's no love and joy in those. Like, why would you do a 3rd day? If I'm looking at how much I hated life on the 2nd day, I'm gonna do the 3rd. I'm gonna sign up for the 3rd day for what? I'm not. But I think if you do, I think if you do 3 days, then you could do 4 days.
But also,
after that 3rd day, when you wake up, you'll be feeling like, okay, look at me. Those first 2 days, you feel like I hate my life.
I also think that if you committed to 3 days up front or 4 days up to front, then you would have all your juice prepared, because I feel like on that 3rd day, then you have to go re-up juice. Then it's like this whole process again. Like, are you going to have it ready for pickup on that 3rd day? Or what was your plan going to be? Because if you don't, then you're going to run into an issue where, okay, now I don't have the juice for the 3rd day. So you're going to be susceptible to drink or eat something different and then mess up the whole process versus saying, oh, let me just commit to 3 days or 4 days, get all my juices, and then just like rock out with it.
Cool. I want a Nama J2 juicer. So if anybody's listening and they'd like to send me a Nama J2 juicer, I'm definitely here for that. You can send it to I'll give you the address here in just a second. I gotta find it. But I would definitely be happy to take when I shot you out, and I would definitely do do some kind of cleanse, and we could do some type of collaboration.
Yeah, I love how Courage is like, you can go ahead and send us this. How about send 3? Hello.
Yeah, send 3. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
You can send it to P.O. Box 690-064, Mint Hill, North Carolina 28227. Again, you can send that Nama J2 juicer. I prefer the silver one, but whatever. P.O. Box 690-064, Mint Hill, North Carolina 28227. I'd love to have it.
That's so sweet. I love that Courage is also talking for us. I would like a blush pink. Olivia, what color would you like?
I think they only come in white and silver, don't they?
Oh, I'll take white.
I'll take silver.
Yeah, or if it comes in black, I'll take black.
I
don't want white. Let me just say this: I don't want white.
Okay? Why?
No, I like black too.
No,
black or white for me. I can't do silver. I can't get down with that.
Yeah. Listen, y'all want to send it? Go ahead and send us one. We will.
How nice.
We would do some type of content around it too. We would do a total cleanse for something. I don't know what, but we would certainly do something with it. Okay.
I really want to do like before and after pictures, but Loki, I ain't putting those in nowhere. They just from my eyes. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I have so many before pictures, and I've posted some of mine. But then I still look the same after, so no need to repost.
Before and after, they're like, huh?
Oh god,
what changed? Well, if you could see my insides,
right? They feel so much better.
I love it. Oh, this was so good, you guys.
Very good.
This was really good.
Yeah. If y'all have requests on things that you want us to bring up in any episode, then we would be happy to do that and have a conversation around that. Obviously, this podcast is more about like our opinions and our life, but we are excited that you're here with us. So go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow us so you will always get the notifications when we upload. And if you are listening on the podcast platform, then make sure you give us 5-star rating. Yep. Anything else, ladies?
Yeah, I just like to say, that I don't know if you guys know this, but you can actually write a review for every episode that you love, and I would love for you to do that.
Yeah,
You can
love
actually
that.
write a review for every, like, oh my gosh, I love this episode. They talked about this. I felt like whatever. You can give a glowing review for every single episode. And we need that. We need you guys to help us become a top rated podcast. And we can't do that without you. So rate away.
That's exactly right. I'm glad you said that, Courage. That's so good.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we will see y'all next time in My CEO Squad. We are out. Hashtag My CEO Squad on Instagram and YouTube, and you can find all things that we've been up to. We look forward to chatting with you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.
Peace out. Oh my gosh.